Welcome back, you beautiful people, or if you're new, thank you so much for stopping by. In this video, I'm going to talk about non-duality, but in a different sense. I'm going to tell you, stop thinking about it. Stop listening to it, stop thinking about it. Go out and live life. And why am I even talking like this? Because it's happened to me. I've done this for so many years. Thought about this stuff, read about this stuff, listened to this stuff. You get it intellectually, but then you forget one thing. You need to go and actually apply this knowledge. You can't be just sitting there thinking about it, talking about it. It is good in the beginning, but what's the point of all this knowledge if you're not going to use it? What is wisdom ultimately? Wisdom is knowledge in action. You can sit around reading how to drive, listening to podcasts on how to drive a car. You could get so good at driving theoretically, but until you go out and drive, what's the point of all this information? There's also people out there that are really good with relationship advice. They know all the steps to maintain a relationship, what men want, what women want. But the funny thing is they're single. What's the best way to learn about relationships? Be in a relationship. What's the best way to apply spiritual knowledge? Get out there and use it. Take it for a test run. And this is what I'm saying, and this is what I've done. I spent so many years absorbed in this knowledge, realizing and understanding there is the one appearing as many, the world is an illusion. But an illusion doesn't mean it's fake. It just means it's something that is not what it appears to be. Every illusion has an underlying, real, fundamental reality to it. Like I've mentioned in this video, is consciousness an illusion? What I'm basically getting at is Sri Ramakrishna had a great quote about Advaita, Vedanta, the highest knowledge in spirituality. He said, tie the knowledge of Advaita to the hem of your cloth, then do whatever you like. He's basically saying, this knowledge is to be known. Once it's known, go out and live life. You don't have to constantly be thinking about it. Here's another great example from Swami Sarvapriyananda. He said, this knowledge is like knowing your name. Once you know your name, my name is Simon, you don't sit there. You don't have to constantly be sitting there going, my name is Simon, my name is Simon, my name is Simon. Someone asks you something, excuse me, can you come back in a minute? I'm just practicing. My name is Simon, my name is Simon. You don't need to constantly be thinking of your name to know who you are. You know your name. You live life. When someone calls out your name, you go, yes, that's me. They're saying this about spiritual knowledge, this Advaita, Vedanta, this non-dual knowledge. This knowledge isn't for repetition. It's not knowledge that we need to constantly be thinking about. We need to know the knowledge and then live it. Think of it like an insurance policy for life. When you're driving a car that's uninsured, it is very scary. You don't know, am I going to get into an accident or not? What are the consequences? This is how we usually live life. We think we're a separate person living in a separate world. Am I making the right decision? Wrong decision? What can go wrong? We're in a panic. We're driving an uninsured car. But this spiritual knowledge is like an insurance policy for life. Once we realize, I can't know the source, I am the source. There is the one appearing as many. Once that knowledge is firmly established, without a doubt, and again, I understand, you need to spend years learning this knowledge, thinking about this knowledge, absorbing it into your very being. But once the knowledge has been absorbed, why do you need to think about it so much? Go out and live life. And how would you do that? Go out and have fun. Go out and interact. Do what makes you happy. When life does fall apart, I'm not going to say if, because it always is going to fall apart. We're all going to get sick, old. Also with our loved ones. We're old enough to know all this. Life falls apart. What's that saying? God laughs when we make plans. Because God has hers, its own plans. Everything's happening according to God's will. But what I'm basically saying, go out and have fun. Enjoy yourself. But when life gives you a kick in the guts, refer back to this knowledge. This is how I use this knowledge. I love to live life. Realizing this knowledge has given me the mind of a child again. I'm not childish, I'm childlike. As in, I love going out, interacting, going for walks, joking with people. It's making you fall in love with life again, knowing you exist. The world is an illusion, like I said, but it doesn't mean it's fake. It is real. There is the one appearing as many, but that appearance is the one. It is really real. It just is not what it appears to be. It doesn't mean it's fake. It doesn't mean I need to sit in my room, not interact. Because doing that is coming from the ego again. What did the ego originally think? I'm a person in a separate world, interacting with other separate people, fine. That's our default setting. What can this spiritual knowledge have a tendency to do? Our ego can claim it. I'm the pure witness. I'm the witness, and everything I witness is not me. Again, it's just ego. Now you're the ego of the witness, and you're going to be like, discard the world. Why get involved? See, you're still creating separation. This is good. It is good to go from I'm a person to realizing I'm the pure witness, but that's only a halfway stage. We need to, in the end, reabsorb, reclaim all reality back into ourselves. The person you are speaking to is another version of you. All the beautiful things in reality is coming from the source. You are the source. All the ugly, terrible things are coming from the source, coming from you. And like I always stress, not you, the person. This isn't a solipsistic teaching. The source of me, the source of you, the source of all. It's the one appearing as many, and remember that it's appearing as many, but don't get so caught up in, it's all fake, it's an illusion. No, it's real. It's the real source appearing, not in accordance with truth, but it is truth. It's made of truth. So this is what I'm getting at. Use these teachings. Use them as an insurance policy to life. Know you are the source. Don't constantly keep repeating it. Don't brainwash yourself into thinking, I'm the source, I need to believe it. No, you don't need to believe it. You need to know it, then you need to live life. And life will be so much more fun, peaceful, and joyous. Why? Because spiritual practice, like I've mentioned in other videos, the reason we do spiritual practice is because we're seeking. I need to know my true self. What is my true self? Once the spiritual practice enables us to realize, I am the source. What does spiritual practice do at that point? We've done it for so long, it forms a habit, and it's a good habit. It makes life more peaceful. What's the very least meditation can do for us in this world of so much information, so much happening? You might think you're a bad meditator. We all think that. But you know what? The very least, the very minimum meditation can do, it gives us a break. Even if we sit there thinking for half an hour or an hour, at least we're not being bombarded with social media, constant stimulation. Our mind and body needs a break. So who cares if you sit there with constant thinking or you sit there with a peaceful mind, as long as you're having a break from all this. What does serving others do? Why should I do that? Because it lowers desires in us. It humbles our ego. What does praying to a higher power do? Again, lowers our ego. If this was our only life, if all this spiritual stuff is made up, you can't deny the benefits of a spiritual life. It gives you purpose, meaning, a feeling of well-being. You need to forget this knowledge for some time. And don't worry, I say that like it's easy. I try to forget the knowledge. I enjoy acting like I'm a separate person in a separate world. I've tried to forget this knowledge, be like a person, but it always comes back, of course. But it is fun. Like I said, before this knowledge, you really think I'm a person living a life. It's life and death. With this knowledge in the back of your mind, you can pretend to forget, get really involved in the world, but you know it's all a show. You know the knowledge always comes back to save you. That's what I'm saying. Also, I've had comments on other videos. They're like, you sound very irritable when you talk. You're very loud. And you know what the funny thing is? Anyone that knows me in my personal life, they know I'm introverted. I'm an introverted person my whole life. But these teachings are such a passion of mine. They have done so much for my inner peace, well-being, mental health. And that's, like I've mentioned in other videos, why I made this channel, to share this knowledge. This knowledge is such a gift. If I was to trade all this knowledge for $10 million, you know what, honestly, hand on heart, I would pick enlightenment, inner peace over anything this world can offer. Because this is a treasure, this knowledge. This is why I love talking about it, sharing it. That's why I'm so apparently animated and angry, or whatever people like to say. Because there are so many calm, relaxed speakers on non-duality, very serious speakers on non-duality. I've heard them all, and I love them. But the thing is, don't forget to feel passionate about life. Don't forget to see life like a child again. It's a miracle. This is the problem. We take it for granted. That's what I'm saying. You know what? I don't even know what I'm saying anymore, so I'm going to end the video now. Thank you again for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. I'll see you guys in the next video. And until then, take care of yourselves, okay? See ya.